Hi, and welcome back to Craft Along with Jay. And if you're new, welcome. My name is Yara, and I'm so happy you could join me today. Can you believe it? Today's day 11 of the 12 days of Christmas. Today's theme is Reason for the Season, and it's hosted by Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIY and Jackie from Crafting in Mimi's World. And don't forget to check out the playlist down in my description box when you're done with this video. Okay, so for this project, I got this little frame. I'm not sure where I got it from. I think I got it in a 3-pack from Walmart, and I'm painting it with the inside with antique green. And I had gotten a little bit on the frame on the outside, so I just kind of did a wet wipe around it, and you can see a little bit of green, but we're gonna cover that up, so no worries. And then I got a saying from Cricut Design Space, and I printed that out. And here I'm just cutting all the pieces out so I can make it fit into my little frame right here. And I've used this really gorgeous um, gold vinyl, and it just turns out so gorgeous. I'm not really much of a gold person, but for some reason doing all these Christmas projects, I've really gotten into it, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's funny how things can change like that, huh? So anyway, here I'm just trying to weed it out, and this is Cricut transfer tape that I'm using. It's very sticky, um, but it works out with a little bit of patience. So here, I'm trying different ways of see if I can make it easier myself. So this is the one way of doing it. And then once I've weeded most of it out, then I'm just going press it down and rub it onto the frame. And then I'm going in with my little weeding tool and get the little small pieces out as well. And then I started with the top, and then I'm going to do the bottom so that way I know what space I have to deal with to get the middle part in there. So here I'm doing the same thing again. Now I'm going to try and take some of it off right here before I put the transfer tape on top because it is so sticky. And this paper is not sticky when you weed it out, but it can kind of move things around sometimes. So, but it worked out for this one. It actually worked out really great. So just going to figure out the placement here, and then we'll take off the back part of it. So we just have the transfer tape, but it will stick down to it. And then we'll pull it back, and then we'll start weeding out the little pieces in the letters right here. And then we're going to start placing in the smaller pieces right here. So yeah, making sure it all fits. There's a lot of going back and forth here with it. So here's a very small piece, and then we're gonna just do the same thing, but I think here I'm gonna weed the whole thing on there because it's so small it would just be easier to get it off from here versus on the paper. So sometimes you kind of learn as you go along. And what works for one may not work for another, but this is what works for me. So if there's another way that works better for you, you go ahead and do what works. And if you don't have a Cricut to cut these saying out, then you can always just get some letters, stickers, or stamps, or handwrite it. I just have terrible handwriting, so I'm not going to write anything by hand if I don't have to. So as you can see, it's coming together, and the last two words that I'm working on here, I got them on backwards, so I don't know if you see it here, if I got it fixed, but I had to take it off. So here, Jesus is the reason for the season. I love this saying. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then I just put a tub of Mod Podge on top to seal it in. And then I'm taking this metallic gold paint. I think it's Splendid Gold, if I remember correctly. And I'm just going to go around on the frame because I think it went so well with the gold vinyl that I used for this saying. And I'm giving it, I believe it's 2 coats total, just to cover it up real good. But you see how it's coming together? I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. So I'm also doing the edges because you're going to be able to see that. But I did not do the back because you won't be able to see it. So it wasn't necessary to do that. but just the front frame part and then the sides. And I can't remember if I did the inside or if I left that green, like, the edge on the inside of the frame. I think I may have left it green. Anyway, yeah, so here I'm going with my second coat of the gold. And then he needs a little embellishment. So I got these little holly berries and leaves. So I'm just trying to work it out. I kind of have it pictured in my mind, but I also got to make sure once I get down to it that it's going to work the way I want it to work. Because it doesn't always happen like that. But lucky me, it went out so great um, today. So yeah, I'm happy. So I did have to, because the leaves are kind of not flat, and I didn't really want them flat, but I need a little help to hold it in place while the hot glue dried. I like a little 3D effect here, so I'm not trying to have them flat. Just have them glued down. And then I put some of these little holly berries and then in the middle between the leaves. And I think it gave it the right kind of pop of color, that red right there. And then I decided that I really wanted something up in the top corner as well, so I'm going to do the same thing in that corner like I did at the bottom corner. So we'll position the leaves and then glue them down. And I'm just going to use hot glue for that. It holds on very well. There we go. Clip it in. And then we'll do the other piece as well. And then once that's in there, then we're going to get another little cluster of the holly berries. And we're going to glue that right there in the middle of the leaves as well. And they come off the pick so easy. I just pulled it right off. It's a little slippery. Just add some hot glue and then push it down right there in the middle. And I think that's it for this one. Oh, nope, gotta get a little hanger. So you have the option, you can use it as a shelf sitter or you can hang it. So I like to have options. And there we go. I just add some hot glue, put the little hanger down, and then I just add some masking tape just for extra strength to hold it. There we go. And that's it. Let me know what you think about this one. I am in love with it. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Don't forget to check out the playlist down in my description box. And if you made it all the way to the end of the video with me, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It helps me out. And don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and hype my video. I would really appreciate it. Until next time.